Hi, Kelly here from freebiefindingmom.com. And today, thank you for joining me for another Friday session of Money Talk, where we get together on Fridays, usually between 1:30 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and go over usually a couple of the more popular finance or money-related questions that you've had here on the Freebie Finding Mom Facebook page. And before I get started, if you will, please give this video a like or a heart and share it to your Facebook page if you find the content helpful for you. All right, so the first question we have comes from Allie. And Allie wants to know, she said, I'm thinking of trying out the Walmart grocery pickup service. Has anyone noticed if it has saved them money? Now, Allie, I personally have not used it yet. I've used Kroger's pickup service, but I've never used Walmart's. But you guys had some really good thoughts on Walmart's pickup service as whether or not it saves you money or not. So Jacqueline said, she said it's definitely saved them money because now she only gets what's on her list. She said if she goes to the store and she can easily get the basket of stuff that she needs, which she said, but before she said a lot of times she would make extra purchases and that could cost $100. So she said it does save you money. Basically, if you're an impulse buyer, it would definitely be a way that could help you potentially save money, because if you're, and we'll get into that here too, but somebody had mentioned down here, which is what I do a lot of times, we'll kind of head over to like the clearance section, and that would be eliminated if you are doing the Walmart pickup service. And so next, Emily said she's noticed it has saved her money. She said, I don't know if it saved me money necessarily, but it saved me so much time. She said, instead of waiting in the checkout line forever, which is super stressful with toddlers, she said maybe it maybe saves her some money, but it definitely saves her sanity, which, as we know, as parents, can be priceless at times, especially if some little one is having a meltdown. The next, Martha said it definitely saves a lot of wear and tear on her body, which is a good point, Martha. I didn't think about that. I always think about it from a convenience standpoint, and then hopefully it can save you money, but I didn't think about just it can be incredibly draining if you're going in and out of the aisles, and if you have any sort of conditions that would make it hard to get to do your shopping. She said it can be wear and tear. It reduces the wear and tear on her body, and she said the only problem is just unloading at home. That's true. Angie said yes, it does a lot. That the Walmart pickup service definitely saves her money. She said it's not needed. It said, I add stuff that is not needed when she's in store just because it's on sale or it looks good. Yep. And she said, the only thing is just be careful with substitutions. She said that sometimes they'll substitute some crazy stuff when it's out of stock. Sometimes you need to just make out better than if you just click no. So basically what she's saying is if they give you the option for a substitution, you might want to just say no substitutions because you don't know what you're going to get. Like, it's up to their discretion what they figure is a good substitute, and it sounds like sometimes they don't do the best job of picking substitutions. Kathy said yes, she loves it, and it's definitely time saved. And then Trisha said, yeah, I think it saves you money. She said, I know personally, if I go into Walmart, I'm always going to look at the clearance aisle. Yep, Trisha, I'm the same way. And she said the toy aisle, the home decor, etc. And she said, I can always find all kinds of things there. And the biggest savings for me is not having to deal with the stress of going in. That's true. And Carol said she doesn't use the Walmart service, but she does use the Kroger click list. And she said, but it doesn't really matter. She said now she has no impulse purchases, and she figures it saves her about $20 every time, if not more. That's awesome. Danielle said she's done it for a couple years. She didn't really notice that it saved her money, but she said it was just very convenient. She said now she likes to go into the store because she does like to pick out her own produce and see if there's anything on sale. That's a good point. That's one thing I will say, Danielle, I agree with you on, that whenever I did use the Kroger service, I will say sometimes I was like, oh, I would have picked greener bananas or something like that. So definitely, I agree with you. Like, it's sometimes nice to be able to have the option to, pick out your own produce, but if you're in a bind, I love to have the convenience. Caitlin said she doesn't know if it saved her money, but honestly, it's just been a lifesaver. She said, now that I'm working and while the kids are in school, she said, I just make my grocery list the night before and order it for pickup right after work. Yep, that's awesome. And then Vanessa said, plus Kroger, Vanessa made the point that Kroger has coupons that are specific to pickup. So it may end up costing me less because pickup, even with the $4.95 service fee, that I did not know. So now, because we don't have a Kroger where we are now, but it sounds like Kroger has coupons specific for those of you that use the pickup service, which is awesome. So that could definitely help offset that $4.95 service charge. That's great. Stephanie said that I used it since there was a coupon for first-time users. She said, ask your friends if they use it, and you both can get $10 off your next order. So that's definitely definitely something you might want to look into, Allie. And then the bummer is you cannot use the Ibotta or other savings app with it. But with that said, it is a great convenience. And Lori said that the prices are the same as if you went shopping in store. Donna said that it saves her money because now she's not impulse shopping, but she found that sometimes the prices can be different if you're using a pickup service versus in store. But Tammy mentioned that you're going to need to call the manager because they shouldn't be charging you anymore for the items themselves. They should be the same price as what they are in store, is what Tammy says. She said if they're making some substitutions and there is some price difference with that, then you're going to want to talk to them about that because they really should be the same price as what the product is that you wanted. So the only thing, it sounds like substitutions could be a little bit of an area where you could run into some issues, but otherwise it sounds like obviously it's saving people a lot of time and convenience. That's what I found to be the case, especially like Martha had said, like it can reduce the wear and tear on your body. And just the aggravation, if you have little ones versus schlepping them and they want to touch everything while you're walking down the aisles, that can also just be avoided, which is wonderful. I liked it. If your family, husband, or spouse is anything like my husband, when I send him to the store, which is, I don't know, twice a year, maybe once or twice a year, usually if I'm sick. And I'll even send him a photo of exactly what I want. It's inevitable he won't know what I was saying. So, hi Terry, thanks for watching. You've been using the Instacart and they shop at Aldi in your area. They bring the order to your house. That is awesome. That would be so nice. Thanks for sharing. That's a nice convenience. But what I found with my husband, like even if I give him the picture of what I want him to buy and all the details and even tell him exactly where to find it, I'm always going to get either a text message or a phone call and say, now what was that again that you needed? Or he'll come home with the wrong thing. So this can be avoided if you go ahead and do your ordering online and just say, hey, can you swing by and pick it up for me? So anyways, as far as saving you money, it sounds like the Walmart pickup service can definitely save you money. Be careful with substitutions. It sounds like A, they could pick out something that isn't quite a match, and B, it could end up costing you more if it's not the exact same type of product. So be careful with substitutions. Otherwise, it sounds like you guys are loving the service as far as a time saver and definitely just a convenience. It's really great. So thanks you guys for sharing that. The next question we have comes from Trish. Trish said, my younger sister asked me for a loan. She wants to furnish her new apartment and doesn't have the money to do it. She needs $1,000. I was wondering if anyone has charged their family interest when you've lent them money. Trish, my first thought was because I get questions like this quite a bit as far as lending people money, especially family members, it makes me nervous, and because it can definitely affect a relationship, but you guys had some really good thoughts. I want to share your insights here. So Heather said you would let someone borrow money, but just don't expect it to be paid back. Be happy if you do get paid back. And Brittany said her father-in-law's always said, never lend money that you aren't okay with not getting back. That's kind of what I've always been told too. Amy said, help her shop for secondhand. I love this idea, Amy. Have her shop for secondhand items. That's what I did when I was in college. Then when she has money, she can upgrade. And that's what I had. I had a lot of secondhand items when I was in college as well.